Today we're going to talk about Chinese Star Wars comics. Most of these are what you call manhua, these small comic books. They have a lot of pages, they're really cheap, black and white, and they are mostly a picture with a little bit of text. The amount of text varies by the comics. And a lot of the Star Wars ones do just follow the story of Star Wars, although there are some that do their own thing. I think some of them may be copies of the Marvel comics. In fact, that brings up the issue of licensing. I get asked that a lot. I don't really know how many of these are licensed. Some of them probably are, but some are not, and it can be hard to know whether they were or not when you're dealing with overseas things like this, especially in China. Some of them, like the Disney one, are licensed, but they may be that there are copies of the licensed one, and it can be hard to tell what's the original and what ones are just exact copies. Now, the quality of the art varies depending on which book you get, and interestingly, even in individual books, sometimes characters, how they appear, can look different from one panel to the next. There's not a lot of consistency all the time. There are some funny things in the comics. Some of the things just look ridiculous. And it does look like someone saw the movie and was telling them what was in it. Like, oh, there's this planet in the sky, and there's this guy carrying another guy while he's going through a swamp, and various things like that. It's like, oh, somebody had an idea, a general idea about what the movie was about, but the people hadn't seen it, and they're just kind of going based off of what people told them. So the comics can be interesting. One of my favorite ones is that's really rare. It's the only one I have. Is one that has it's Star Wars, but kind of a Elizabethan Shakespearean version of Star Wars. That one's actually in color and is a full-size comic. That's one of my favorite. Unfortunately, I can't get any more. That one I've yet to be able to find another one. They also have an Ewok one, which I thought I had photos of, but I guess I don't. And there are a couple other ones that are really hard to find. I have them, I just don't know where they're at, so they're not included in this video. But this just gives you a brief overview of some of them, some shots from individual comics, give you an idea of some of the zaniness and that they have in these comics. And I'll end on my very favorite, the strangest of all. In fact, this is another one. This is the only time Vader is shown this way, so I hope you enjoy it. Even within the comic this is from, this is the only time Vader is shown this way. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to comment, like, and subscribe below. Thanks. And may the Force be with you.